Psalm chapter 27. Look at David's prayer. Psalm 27. This is a man who had taken a lion and ripped it to, or was it the bear? I think he ripped, the lion, ripped to shreds with his hands. And the bear that he killed and snatched the sheep from its mouth. He says, I've done all these things and I've killed Goliath with a stone. And it wasn't the stone, it was David's faith in God that killed Goliath. And this man says, if I was to write a song, I'm not going to write a song about how I killed Goliath. I'm not going to write a song about all the things I've done. I'm going to write a song that says, verse 24, I've asked one thing from you, Lord, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord, verse 4, all the days of my life. For what? Do you want to be a part of a New Covenant church? I want to ask you an honest question, dear brothers and sisters. Many of you have a desire, whether you're already part of it here or somewhere else. Is this why you want to be a part of a New Covenant church? To behold the beauty of the Lord and to meditate in His temple on Him. If you're here for any other reason, if you're joining a New Covenant church for any other reason, I want to tell you now, I want to save you the wasted time. You should find another church. If you want a nice place for your children to grow up and have friends, you want a nice place where you'll hear good sermons, sounds like a good idea. You want a place where you can have nice friends and people will help you when you need some help in the house, or they're very hospitable, all these things. It'll fade away. I want to tell you now itself. I've seen it in my own life and I've seen it in other churches. It will fade away. But if you are seeking a New Covenant church so that you say, Lord, I want to see your beauty. I want to see your beauty. And it's not beauty. I mean, beauty is an earthly word that falls so far short to describe the majesty and the glory of Jesus. And the fact that He in all His handsomeness and beauty and glory would be ravished by me, wretched sinner that I was when He picked me up. I want to dwell on that and meditate on that. That's what heaven's going to be like. When I get to heaven, I'm just going to be like, Lord, why am I here? I mean, what do you think? When you get to heaven, are you going to think like, yeah, look at me, I made it? No, I'll tell you this. More and more, I'm going to fall on my face and say, Lord, what am I doing here? What did I deserve that you would look at me with such love? What did I deserve? What did I do to deserve that you would look at me with such love? That's what I'm going to say for all heaven, for all of eternity in heaven. I'm an unworthy slave. If I obeyed you and took up my cross every day and followed you, I was just doing that which I ought to have done. I'm an unworthy slave. What am I doing in heaven? That's going to be my cry, and that's my cry today in the church that I'm a part of. What am I doing in this church? I don't deserve a place here as an elder in the church. I tell you honestly, brothers and sisters, that's my cry. I want to see your beauty, Lord, and to be so taken up with it that I don't have thoughts of myself. If God says, Santosh, you're disqualified to be a part of my church anymore, I would say, you're absolutely right, Lord, I am. I don't deserve to be in this church. Psalm 73, a psalm of Asaph. This is worship. That's what we're going to do for heaven. Worship for all eternity. Worship is not singing and all that. Worship is where you say, Lord, I can't even open my mouth. You know, a lot of churches, people are upset because they're not on the praise team or they're not asked to do this and not to do that. I say, Lord, I'm not even worthy to open my mouth. In heaven, where the angels who never sinned in their entire life are singing your praises. And there's Paul over there who lived with such unabashed ambition for you. And then there's all these other saints who have given everything for you. And then there's Jesus, the Lord of all and the King of creation, who gave everything for me. And then he says, Santosh, you get to join in that chorus. And I say, Lord, really? Why? I look at my life and I think, Lord, I'm still so selfish and self-centered, and I'm thinking about this and I'm offended by that and upset about this other thing. And you ask me to open my voice in heaven and my voice can be heard too? I fall on my face and say, thou art worthy, thou alone art worthy. And Jesus says, okay, now you can sing. Now lift your voice if you've come to that realization of my beauty. Psalm 73, we read in verse 25, whom have I in heaven but thee? I'm not looking to meet any loved one in heaven. Sure, I'll see loved ones in heaven, those that pass on before me, I'll see them, but there's only one person I'm really interested in heaven, that's Jesus Christ. Whom have I in heaven but thee? And besides you, I desire nothing on earth, not even a new covenant church. I want to tell you, you probably heard me say it before, I want to tell you again. If you desire a new covenant church outside of a passionate, undistracted desire for Jesus, it's just a matter of time before you will find that this church is not a place for you. You'll leave because you desire something else. And the devil will use that additional desire that you have to be a stumbling block in your life. I've seen it happen. And I've been tested in my own life of whether I would allow that little thing that somebody said or did, or didn't say or didn't do, to be the stumbling block that I fall over. Whom have I in heaven but you, and I desire, besides you, I desire nothing on earth.